All right, hi everyone. My name is Annie Slaughter and this is Natalie Cluth. And for our conservation biology class, we are going to be presenting about mangrove conservation. So mangroves are a really important habitat and we just want to put this out there to help kind of inform people more on what mangroves are and how you can help more with the conservation of them. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what are mangroves? As you can see here, this is what a typical mangrove forest looks like here in Florida. These pictures were taken by my brother Jake Slaughter when he was fishing. And as you can see, there's really a lot going on here. You see a lot of trees and these root systems that are so cool that are both in the air and in the water. So mangrove forests line the coast of tropical and subtropical zones. Like I said, they're found here in Florida. They're also found in the Florida Keys, in the Bahamas, and in the Caribbean area. They're also called saltwater woodlands. As you can see, they're basically forests that are found in saltwater. There are typically three main types of mangroves. You have the red mangrove, the black mangrove, and the white mangrove. They have very slight differences, mostly on where they are found in the water or on the land. And these mangroves provide important nutrients and habitat for organisms that utilize these ecosystems. So not only are they helping with the water, but they're also providing habitat for things like fish and crustaceans. As you can see here, these were taken by our professor, Dr. Walovich. This is another mangrove ecosystem, and these are some flower buds of a mangrove. Our next question is, what function do these mangroves serve? So as you can see here, this is my brother holding a snook, which is one of the fish that are commonly found here in the Florida mangroves. And just barely there, you can see a little stingray moving through the seagrass in that mangrove system. So mangroves are a huge factor in shoreline health. They cycle nutrients, help with organic materials and chemical elements that are found in the water. They also help with filtering water and maintaining that water quality. So a lot of the water quality is thanks to these mangrove systems. They help to prevent erosion in the shoreline due to storms, waves, and floods. Here in Florida, we get hit with hurricanes so often that we have a whole season dedicated to them. Without mangroves, our shoreline would be in a lot of danger due to these hurricanes. Mangroves also serve as feeding grounds and nurseries for both marine and terrestrial animals. These nurseries for many marine species, such as fish, crustaceans, and shellfish. They're also nesting sites for some marine birds, such as brown pelicans, rosette spoonbills, and other coastal birds. So not only are they providing fisheries and other marine life a place to have their babies, they also provide nests for a lot of the birds that we see along the coast. And they're also a feeding ground for species, as you saw, such as snook, snapper, tarpon, oysters, shrimp, and so many others that we rely on. So as you can see here, this is a manatee that was moving throughout a mangrove system. And when Natalie went to the Moat Marine place, she saw this hermit crab being in a mangrove habitat setup.
So next we're going to talk about what is going on and what's the main issue happening within the mangroves. So in over the last century, there's actually been seen over a 50% decline of the mangroves. And this is largely due to human activity. So whether that is cutting down the mangroves in order to build hotels or other, even for recreational purposes. Sometimes in other countries, they're used for wood, or if there needs to just be any kind of drilling happening, a lot of times these mangroves are cut down in order to do that. And when these mangroves have disappeared, that also takes away all their ecosystem services. So everything Annie just said about them being used for nurseries, all the different fish and manatees and sharks that use mangroves as either a habitat, nursery, for their food source, those organisms are all being lost or moving away due to the mangroves not being there anymore. So how can you help? This is the really important part that we wanted to make sure you guys knew. So firstly, I just want to mention just by watching this video and getting yourself educated about this issue, you are already doing so good. And that's kind of the first step. You got to know what's happening in order to actually help. There's quite a number of things you guys can do that are pretty easy and you can decide how involved you want to be. Firstly, if you live near mangrove, so if you are in Florida, you can go to mangrove events. So sometimes they'll have events open to the public in which you can go and help plant mangrove little buds to repopulate mangrove forests or try to like help strengthen the population of mangroves that are already there. If you don't live nearby Florida, that is completely okay. You can donate to an organization. A lot of times there are plenty of organizations that even no matter what state you live in or where you're in the world, you can donate or either just support their cause by promoting their organization on social media. And finally, no matter where you live, you can invest in purchasing food from sustainable sources and avoiding foods that may result in the overfishing of these ecosystems.
So this is a lot of came from. Natalie, is there any other things you'd like to add?
I was just going to mention on this slide, I'm going to add the exact websites in the description of this video, but these are all organizations that can either help you find a way to get involved, or also they will help you to find out good organizations to donate to, as well as if you guys want additional information about mangroves. These all show a lot of good like informational things as well.
And then we just wanted to thank everyone so much for watching this video and for taking the time to educate yourselves and possibly others on what mangroves are and how you can help. Thank you.